it was really great to go back into the booth and to voice the character again and to say the lines that Kyle had written from the Shattered Grid comic book. And when we did the panel at Power Morphicon, that was the first time that Barbara Goodson and I, we got to do Zordon and Rita in real time and got to really act with one another. And the audience reaction to seeing us do that live and the subtleties that Barbara would bring, because in the TV show, Rita was really sort of very hokey and over the top and loud. But during the live read, when we were doing the lines and stuff that Kyle had written for the Shattered Grid book, Barbara really was able to really get into the nuance and the real evil of Rita.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Saturday. It is us. We're here. I have so much energy because I'm so excited for next week when we welcome the Pearsons back to the show and we play an adult version of the game that Justin made for our show.
We're going to have to come up with a name for the game.
I just like calling it Justin's the Game.
Justin's the Game.
Yeah.
It's very elaborate. I love when we... a little behind the scenes stuff here. I love when it's just me and Jason be like, all right, we're going to get the stream going. Then we have the intro and stuff. And then all of a sudden, magically, Max is here. Hey.
I'm time. I've been here the whole time. Notebook and pen guy. I'm always ready.
We never know if he's going to show up. He's like,
what do you mean? You always know when I'm going to show up because I'm here all the time.
You have been, man. You've been on a roll since we came back.
Yeah, it's like four casts now, 3 or 4.
It's that fall energy.
Yeah.
You've been on more since the break than you were the whole year prior to the break.
Oh, you're not exactly right. I think one more in a row, and that'll be true. Absolutely, hands down.
I mean, we did bring Podcastos back this week, and man, that was a blast.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, talking politics on the internet always goes well. But welcome, everybody. Thank you guys for joining us. Hit that subscribe button. Send me a screenshot to 3geekspodcast@gmail.com because you can win Spider-Man 4K. We've got some entries already, but hey, you could be one of the lucky few to join and win. So,
and I mean, across the SpiderVerse is so good. It's so
beautiful.
Good. It is a must-own physical copy. It is just a great movie. So get it. Get this is the cheapest you're gonna find it anywhere.
It's so good. I bought Max a copy.
Yeah, and happy birthday to me. I'm the winner of all of this. But Across the Spider-Verse is so good. You definitely want this. All you people out there, all you internets.
All of the internets. All of you. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Woo!
Man, there's a lot to talk about. Mike sent me a clip, and I was able to pull clips for the show today to play some funny stuff that we can make fun of. One of our old favorite clips, I found out they did something else, and I can't wait for us to check that out.
Okay.
And there's so much, man. I'm going to play this William Friedkin one first because it's kind of appropriate with The Exorcist coming out, and it's kind of his thoughts on the, The Exorcist 2 from the 80s. I think that's when that came out. But I'm going to share this right here. And
R.I.P.
Yes, and this is funny. This is his take. Here we go. I'll just let it speak for itself. A little slow. Max, have you had the unfortunate luck of watching The Exorcist?
Yeah, no.
How about The Exorcist 2?
Not any of them. Is there a way to turn the volume up on this?
Yeah, can we hear it?
There we go. Not playing for me either. Is it playing for you?
I have never seen a frame of any of the sequels. And I'm not interested in it. I actually did see maybe 2 or 3 minutes of Exorcist 2. I was at the Technicolor lab, and one of the color timers said, "Hey, we're running Exorcist 2. Do you want to go in the screening room and have a look at it?" And I was over there doing something else, and I said, "Okay, sure." So I went in the screening room, and I see some guys riding on the back of a bumblebee.
Oh, the movie's awful, Max.
Unreal. And I left. And now I'm going to tell you the story of the first screening of Exorcist 2, the sneak preview in Pasadena. This was Exorcist 2, and it was told to me by an executive of Warner Brothers, because the executive said, "Oh, you got to come out to see the sneak preview. It's really terrific, and you're going to love it. You're a grandfather. You should be proud." And I said, "No, I think I'll miss it." Then afterwards, he told me the story. These Warner Brothers executives
So good.
drove out to Pasadena in their big limousines, and they were all dressed up, and they went into the theater, which was packed, turn-away crowds, and they went and sat in the last row. And about 10 minutes into the film, now, before they went into the theater, they told their limo drivers, "Look, we're going to be in there for like 2 hours and 20 minutes, so maybe more. You guys go on down the end of the block. There were some fast food joints." They went down to get a cup of coffee, whatever. So the limos are gone. The executives go into the last row. 10 minutes into the picture, a guy stood up in the audience. He stood up and he looked around and he said, "The people who made this piece of shit are in this room." and somebody else said, Where are they?" 10 or 12 people get up, and he says, "They're all back there." These guys got up, the heads of the studio. They got up. They ran out of the theater. They get outside. No cars. The cars are all down at McDonald's and all that, and they were chased down the street. That was the first public reaction to Exorcist 2. And you asked me, Peter, if I have seen any of these things. Like I'd sit there. Oh my God. Spare me.
Oh my goodness.
No, I didn't see Repossessed.
If you guys don't know who William Friedkin is, he directed the original Exorcist.
Yeah, you don't. He is low key. He is low key like one of my favorite bombastic personalities who talks about film. R.I.P. Such a legend. A couple of years back, there was this little clip going around where he was talking about like critics and stuff like that who are like the new critics, these fucking judges who are gonna put down the new Dolce Vita in favor of fucking Batman versus Superman. I just gotta say, fuck you and the horse you rode in on. Like, he is so like he was unfiltered in like a manic but also in a kind of entertaining way, and I love him for it. And of course, The Exorcist, great. So.
Okay, I think maybe for next week or something, we should do top 5 movies that you would have rioted on.
Oh, I can. Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, like if somebody had got up and been like, "Who made this? Like the people who made this piece of crap are in this room right now." Who would you have, like, what movie would have made you get up and chase the filmmakers out of the theater?
That's a deep question. I got a few nominations that come to my head.
Yeah, we'll save it for next week. But I think that's a good one. I can also think of a couple. I don't know if I can get to 5.
When did he pass away again? It was this year, right?
Yeah, it was this year.
It was this year. Did he? I mean, was he kept in the loop about the new Exorcist that's coming out? I can't remember.
There was a quote from him, or from him. I don't know if it's true or not. I'll pull it up and see if I can find it.
Right.
That's what made me think to look that up. The opinion on The Exorcist 2. Apparently, he had mild positive things to say about Exorcist 3. Because it was done by the guy who wrote the original book,
and it's the good one after the first one. So yeah, I low key kind of like Exorcist 2 because it is batshit. Yeah, the bumblebee. Well, no, it's locusts. Is the big key to everything. Like you communicate through the locusts and swinging a sock around or something. I can't. And James Earl Jones dresses up as a locust at one point. And
okay, this is okay. According to film critic Ed Whitfield freaking had this to say about The Exorcist Believer. So it's, word of mouth. Ed, the guy who made those new Halloween sequels, is about to make one to my movie, The Exorcist. That's right. My signature film is about to be extended by the man who made Pineapple Express. I don't want to be around when that happens, but if there is a spirit world, I can come back. I plan to possess David Gordon Green and make his life a living hell.
There you go. A glowing review.
There we go. All right. Well, I mean, he's honest, so.
He got his wish. He didn't want to be here when it came out.
You
And
know,
here's the thing. I do like David Gordon Green, so I just say you take that criticism as a badge of honor. I mean, whatever the result may be, just take that criticism with a badge of honor.
I could deal with making a crap movie and having that guy just tear it apart. Like he's got a certain
charm,
je ne sais quoi about his vitriol.
He's a character who definitely, I believe, on the creative side of things behind The Exorcist, he's the one who really invested in the exorcism side of stuff. Like, was like, no, I'm going to dedicate a good chunk of the rest of my life to, like, really focusing in on proving this real. Like, he's a character.
Yeah.
Was a character. Yeah.
All right. No,
rest
great.
in peace, William Friedkin. You made me laugh. Yeah, I haven't seen the new Exorcist yet. I want to see the new Exorcist because I'm a horror fan. I like David Gordon Green's. The first Halloween that he did was really good. The sequels are hit and miss, but I kind of wish like they kind of did the superhero thing with this that I don't like is when you get a creative force and you kind of see that they're getting tired like he did with Halloween. You could tell by the end of it he was tired. He was done doing that franchise, and then they give him a whole nother trilogy within horror that's similar thing. I heard the new Exorcist really falls apart when they shoehorn in the legacy part of it. So they're just trying to ride the coattails of the Halloween that he made by doing it with The Exorcist. And
welcome to nostalgic franchise filmmaking that's been around, since Star Wars and even before then. But it's just like, I feel that's the way it goes. Is a lot of the interesting ideas are right up at the front with like some new directions or at least some new takes on old tropes or characters. And then when they got to pay lip service to everything that came before, or at least the first one, that's usually when maybe you start to check out because you're like, member berries, sure. I don't know. I've never had an interest in the Exorcist franchise outside of 1 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
I saw 2 and I thought that was fun garbage. 3 actually has something really kind of cool and interesting and stylistic going for it that actually has a creepy kind of atmosphere to it. What was the one that came? Is it the one with Stellan Skarsgård in it? Was after that?
Exorcist the beginning.
Was that the 4th one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Prequel.
I saw that when I first moved into this apartment, and the girl I was dating at the time was helping me move. We didn't even have a couch, but we had the TV, and it was like, okay, let's put out some sleeping bags and watch Exorcist the beginning. And we were just like, we fell asleep to it.
Yeah, I don't remember it. There's Exorcist Dominion, which came out at the same time. It's also a prequel. I haven't seen that one personally. I know a lot of people really like the Exorcist TV show that has been recommended to me a lot throughout some of my groups that I'm in. So I might check that out. But what's up, Keisha? Love you so much. And there have been some good revivals, like the new Pet Sematary. I thought was pretty good. I thought they did a really good job with that.
That's a series now with David Duchovny, isn't it?
It's not a series. It's just one movie.
Oh, is it just one movie? Oh, I thought it was a series.
It's the Judd story. They just tell the 2 chapters from the book Pet Sematary. They turn it into a feature. I thought they did pretty good with it. It's one of the it doesn't say a lot, but it's one of the better like Stephen King sequels that they've made. It's definitely better than Pet Sematary 2, and I like Pet Sematary 2 because it's cheesy fun in a bad way. But I thought the new one was fun.
When it comes to horror stuff specifically, I always find like it's either the first and second or the first and third, films in the franchise that really draw me in, and then everything else that follows subsequently I just lose interest in until there's a reboot or revitalization where I'm like, okay, I'm in just to see what they do differently, and it either makes or breaks it there. Like that was the case with Hellraiser. Like I love Hellraiser 1 and Hellraiser 2. really could care less about everything that follows afterwards, no matter how good they are. But I was checked in for those two, and then this new one came out. I'm like, okay, I'm back in, and it was okay.
I like the new one actually quite a bit.
Just more to what you were talking about with 1 and 3 being the good ones. I think it's like, okay, because horror movies are generally made more cheap than, they try to not spend as much money as possible to make them. So if the first one is very good, either stylistically or, just draws you in, they build that world. They did it for X amount of dollars. When they go to make the sequel, they're like, we can do it for X amount of dollars less than we did the original one. And, because we have some of the old sets, we've got some of the old costumes, all that stuff. And I feel like they try to spend less money, but then also ramp up everything, because if they did something in 1, they got to do it times 10 in 2. And then in the third one, it's always dialed back.
Yeah, it's kind of like their appetite was their stomachs were too big, and then they're, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, back to basics a little bit, kind of, sort of, but they still expand. Nightmare on Elm Street. First one, love it. Second one, it's okay. I've come to appreciate it a little bit more as I've grown up. It's definitely not as focused as the first one. Third one, though, when they go buck wild with the concept and actually okay, let's take the fight to Freddy. Sure. Dream Warriors. Sure. And then I lost interest until, what was it? New Nightmare.
New Nightmare is so good.
Where it's here's the meta side of it. And that's where Wes Craven's like, I'm going to make a whole franchise about meta horror.
Yeah, that you watching New Night. So I've been on Sir Sturdy's show all of last week. We're watching, we did Nightmare 1 and we did Friday the 13th 1. That was one show. And then we did Nightmare 2, Friday the 13th 2. And what I'm learning as I'm watching these movies back to back, watching Friday the 13th 1 versus Nightmare on Elm Street 1, I think that the Friday the 13th franchise is better. I think it holds up better. The sequel to Friday the 13th is a natural continuation of the story in 1. The sequel to Nightmare on Elm Street is kind of like the Star Wars trilogy, the new one. They completely ignored the mythology that Wes set up and made it more of a body invasion kind of horror movie. And I'm just saying, Keisha, I'm not dead to you, Keisha. I love you so much. Don't say that. That hurts. I'm just saying, as a TV fan, somebody who likes television.
You can't tell Keisha that you're not dead to her, okay? You don't get to decide that.
The franchise, I'm just saying that the Friday the 13th franchise feels like a continuity. It feels smooth going from one sequel to the next. The Freddy sequel really does feel like the Star Wars sequel. And I like Star Wars. I'm sorry. I like Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. I just didn't, I'm just saying it's not as good as Friday the 13th was as a continuation to 1.
Yeah, well, also they're flexing the rules a little bit in the second one too that they established in the first one, so people are kind of okay, I guess we're going with this now. That's kind of dumb. Whereas then they were okay, let's wrangle it back a little bit in terms of what we established about not just the circumstance but this character, what's possible with them, and how can we put a twist on that, so to speak.
Keisha, listen, I was just as surprised as you were that I chose these movies over the others. I was shocked. I watch it the way I'm watching it. It's a fascinating look at these movies to watch them side by side.
I've never seen any of these movies.
I honestly think you could handle the first Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nah,
easily.
Nightmare on Elm Street, I will not do ever.
You can't at all?
Nope.
Wow.
No, Max can't. No.
Nope.
I'm
Kids
surprised
singing,
you went and saw the new
kids
Evil Dead.
singing and monsters that exist in your dreams where you can't do anything about it. That's the stuff that keeps me awake. I'm not.
He was catatonic after Smile. Max can't do Nightmare on Elm Street.
And I mean, the production value, watching a movie from 1980, that'll probably help, in that, it'll look a bit cheesier and just a bit more fake. But I'll just stay away from Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm good. I don't need that. I don't need it in my life.
What's up, Digi? Digi's one of my friends from Whatnot. What's up, buddy? Thank you so much for jumping on and saying hi to us. Appreciate it. But yeah, I found it fascinating the way he's doing that franchise side to side thing. I'm really digging it because I always thought I liked Nightmare on Elm Street better. and then watching them side by side, I'm like, it just doesn't have the same emotional impact. Like Jason's mom at the end, you know, her son dying and she's getting revenge. Like it doesn't pack the same punch.
I feel like Freddy is probably the better villain.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I mean, he has more dialogue,
and more it's weird to say, like he's more just likable, even though he's like an awful person.
Yeah.
It depends on the Freddy. Like you can like him as a villain, but then when he gets into sequels and it's like, now I'm playing with power, like, okay, shut up, dude.
That's funny. I like 6 as a fun Looney Tunes cartoon with Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, you know, I feel like Freddy Krueger, even like the idea of it is just a little more insidious and a little more cool. And you know, Jason's just this unstoppable monster, and then like, you know, it's kind of like all the story around Jason that makes him interesting. But
that's why I low-key kind of also dig Freddy versus Jason for what it was, because it worked off that.
Yeah.
Like Jason's the blunt instrument, and Freddy's the master manipulator trying to work that whole scenario, and it bites him in the ass a little bit.
Yeah, no, I have seen Jason X. So
in the theaters.
That
one's just nuts.
So yeah, like that, but that's a comedy to me. Like that is a full-on comedy to me.
It's no way scary, but it is hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, it's so terribly good. I recommend it to anyone. Again, like if you're not looking for a good movie, but you're looking for a good time, Jason X is where you want to be.
Jason X has one of my favorite Friday the 13th kills when he picks up the person in the sleeping bag and just bangs them against the tree.
Yes.
I love it. It's fantastic. So we got another clip, and you guys want to talk about something getting escalated from 0 to 1,000. I watch this show on a regular basis, so when Mike sent it to me, I'm like, "Oh, I like this show." I don't remember this happening on the show. Like,
I was in a weird mood. I had just got my booster yesterday, so I woke up feeling pretty giddy, and I was like, "Let's see what's going on." And I just saw this clip, and I laughed for like 5 minutes straight. And then I found out the real world circumstances behind it, and I'm like, "Oh, well, that kind of sucks." This clip is funny, though.
It's kind of based on a true story, but
State
it's
of California versus Daphne Rivas, bench
absurd.
warrant for multiple parking tickets.
Deputy District Attorney Mark Callen, are the people ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
So this is called All Rise.
Yeah,
Emily? Hi.
it's on the Oprah Winfrey.
Miss
Network.
Carmichael? Crap. Sorry. Counselor, can we help you?
Wrong courtroom, a little directionally challenged this morning.
You think?
Apologies to the court.
Looking to approach the bench.
What the hell is going on?
Your Honor, the defendant is not wearing any pants.
What?
This happened, folks.
You brought that woman into this courtroom without any pants? You wrap this around your waist.
We'll take it from here, Miss Carmichael.
Did anyone hurt you? Are you okay?
Yeah, was arrested like this.
Yeah.
Kept saying they'd bring me sweatpants, but they never did.
I didn't know, Your Honor. I didn't.
If your client is in her underwear and you're covering your ass, you need a new lawyer. Your Honor,
Bailiff, seize those phones.
did you even
Hang on.
notice she was happening? Did you even see her?
She came out of the box like that.
What if that was your daughter?
You know what? Go to hell.
We're gonna need that security.
How about this? How about instead of getting that with pants, why don't we just burn the whole place down, huh?
Okay, come on, you gotta go.
Hey.
Jesus Christ.
What?
How about this? How about we all leave and let the lowlights take over the whole damn city? How about that?
You don't want to do this.
Get that man out of my courtroom!
Damn, shoots the judge.
I need
Oh,
immediate assistance at courtroom 802.
what? That dude was about to shoot up the judge. Wow.
Okay, so
Wow.
the first part of that is actually based on an actual court case. Someone was brought in for shoplifting, and they had denied her the opportunity to get like a change of clothes or toiletries or feminine products and stuff. And so she went into the courtroom like that. It was actually in real life the judge, who was a woman, who like really lost her patience on that. It was like, I'm taking all of you all to task on this. Like she called up the jail and gave them shit. They had shit excuses. The second half of that didn't happen.
I'm like, and this is America. So if you were like the first part of that, the person coming in with their pants off never happened. The second part happened. I would also believe that. How crazy is that?
Yeah, pretty much. But I was not. I mean, once the twist of like, because the caption says it goes from like 0 to 100. I'm like, okay, oh, she's not wearing pants. Oh, weird, hilarious, kind of, but also really sad too. And then all of a sudden, that last shoe drops. I'm like, what?
Where are we?
the lady making a big deal about it, Mike, on the show. She is a judge, so they kind of pulled that. And
Oh, okay. That's cool. Content.
Misty Knight, though, right?
What's that?
The judge or the black lady. That's Misty Knight, isn't it?
I don't know. I can check. I can fact check that.
From she played. That's the character's name, right? On Daredevil.
Oh, Luke Cage.
Luke Cage.
Right?
Yes.
I have not thought about any of those shows in forever.
Oh, I am checking on that.
I was like, who are you? Misty. Oh yeah, that's right. She's supposed to have like a robot arm or something.
Yes.
Well, she doesn't have an robot arm on this show.
It'd be awesome if she did. She would have taken that dude out.
Max, good eye, man. That is her.
Nice.
The actress's name is
I'm a nerd.
Simone Missick.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, I like her.
Cool. Yeah, no, I just saw that clip this morning and I was losing my mind.
No,
like
great.
The way I did pretty much here too. I was like, "What?" Like,
no, that's just great television. That was a. Yeah, that didn't go from 0 to 100. That went from 0 to 10,000. Like that was.
Is that show still on?
It's got one final season and then it's over.
Okay, wow.
It got canceled off of CW and then Oprah Network picked it up. And it's a good show. It's about a black woman as a judge and deals with racial stuff very well.
Okay.
The prosecutor, the white guy, that's her best friend, and they have really tough conversations and it's fun to watch. I like.
I'm guessing when you put it in the context of the show, it's not as funny. Probably like there's probably a lot of build up to whoever that dude is. There's probably some kind of development going on there. Like you see him be really, really sinister and racist and stuff like that.
I don't remember that. I think that's the first episode that happens on.
You watched this, so did you just get into it at a random starting point? You didn't start from like the beginning?
I started from the beginning. No, I watch all of the lawyer shows on.
You just forgot that.
If it's on Hulu and it has a lawyer, I've probably seen it or I plan on seeing it.
All right.
I'm not hard to please when it comes to television.
No, you shouldn't even have thrown that second part in there. You should just let this the first part. You're not hard to please. Jason loves everything.
So I was thinking after I did Sturdy Show, I'm like, I want to interview the guy who directed Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Like, I want to get him on the Three Geeks. I want to get him on the live show. So I jumped on his IMDb page, and what other 90s classic this guy directed? You guys ready for this?
Yes.
The Generation X movie. You remember that? Oh. So I'm getting this now, like more than I ever wanted to before.
Oh man.
That was in the era of the Hasselhoff Nick Fury TV movie, right?
No, it was after, I think.
After?
When mid-90s?
I think the Hasselhoff Nick Fury series came after Gen X.
Not series, just the show.
Or that thing.
That thing.
That thing that they did.
Don't worry, I'm sure he'll show up in whatever next multiverse thing they're gonna do.
What's up, Aaron? Sure. I hope so. I hope Hasselhoff shows up. But the Generation X movie was the first thing Fox did with Marvel when they got the rights.
Wasn't Mutant X also a Marvel thing, even though it had nothing to do with X-Men or anything?
I don't know. I do have Generation X on DVD. I watched it once since I got acquired a copy of it. And
you can say bootleg. It's fine.
It's awful.
It's what we got to do now because regular disc distribution stuff is kind of crap. So
and they randomly dropped the F-bomb in that movie twice.
Cool.
It's rated R.
Yeah. All right. Well, there we go.
It's supposed to be a TV series. I guess the guy who played Banshee in that continued to play Banshee in the 97 X-Men cartoon.
Nice.
Cool. Good for him.
Oh my God. I heard somebody put a trap beat behind the X-Men theme from the 90s cartoon. It was disgusting.
Oh, okay.
It was good. Like I loved every second of it. It was so good I had to vomit.
So, one of our favorite people to pull funny clips from is a little store up in Cleveland, Ohio. And I'm going to remind you guys of what I'm talking about. And I'm going to show you the new thing I found that they did. This is all in all of its glory, like right here.
Oh,
I found one of the less offensive ones. So here we go.
I know exactly what this is.
Yeah, you know who this is.
I'm already sad I watched it.
I'm not.
Yeah, remember this?
This is a real furniture store, folks. I don't know if they're still in business. I called to reach out, but they never called me back. Yes.
His teeth are very white.
I can't believe this made
Why
it.
are they holding her legs up?
Because they couldn't afford to get stirrups. They couldn't afford to get prop stirrups.
All right, guys. So Mike mentioned, the funny clips. He played the funny clips for us, and he sent me that funny clip. And I was just messing around on the internet, and then I found out that guy made a YouTube television series.
Oh no!
And I am going to share it with you. It's only 3 minutes long, so it's not that bad. And
we sat through the commercial though.
The commercial was an appetizer.
All right.
It's called Norton's Plate.
Oh man!
Buckle up, Max. I guess.
No wonder people don't like Ohio.
There's reasons. Oh wow!
Look at that! That's good. That's all the people from the commercial.
Amazing, not quite video toaster effects.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be a Kramer.
It's all the people from his commercials then.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, is this one of those single shot? Oh my
wow.
God.
He's got a live studio audience.
No, he doesn't.
Hi, sweetheart. How's work?
There's no way that guy can get hurt.
I mean, like, all right, guy.
I mean, you never. Love is love.
I can't even hear what he's saying.
Yeah.
He's saying.
Honey, stop dropping things all over the floor. Huh? Stop dropping things all over the floor.
I mean.
Yeah. What do you think floors are for?
Huh?
Clearly, the boom mic operator's not doing his job.
What do you think floors are for?
I don't know. What?
Why would you?
Excuse me?
Mina, listen to me.
Is this what he does in the furniture store?
You can see someone in the background. I saw.
All right?
Daddy drinks because you cry.
Eat your dinner.
Okay. Salutations, Norton. You wouldn't believe what happened to me today.
What the hell?
I put a new transmission in a 1956 Chevy.
Somebody thought this was good enough to see on the internet, folks.
Like, is he supposed to be kind of Kramer and kind of Christopher Lloyd from Taxi?
I think so.
All right.
Hi, Luciana.
Open your eyes, lady.
What do you think of the new dress? Oh, that's nice. Thank you. You got that for her? You must really
This is
love
killing
her.
me, Jason.
We're not going to finish it. I think we got enough. I think we got a sample size of it. But that is,
I don't know.
like a lot of episodes of that show.
How many?
That's further than I made it when I watched it and decided we were going to talk about it on here.
God.
Yeah.
My brain hurts.
I mean,
like your brain, you are incapable of feeling pain in your brain, and I feel a stabbing pain in my brain right now. Jason, why? Why?
I mean, I'll give him this. He was ambitious. If he's still with us,
You know what? Yeah, like
unless
friggin', he went for it.
Like,
I could not hear a word that dude was saying. Like,
so that came before the commercials or after the commercials?
They all say 16 years ago, so it's all roughly the same time.
He was planning a mass media like onslaught of stuff. Like he was gonna do a show, commercials. I'm sure he would have thought up podcasts if they were a regular thing.
It would be kind of like awesome if he was actually a genius, and like there would be some small thing that's like continuous throughout all of his commercials and YouTube movies and podcasts and all that stuff, and then like like only the people who have like gone deep in delve deep on it know, and they like watch the greatest story ever told in like the shittiest format ever. Like
Yeah.
that
was what I'm curious, Jason, if you still have the page up, what is the image quality on there? Is it like 360 or is it like
I already closed it, man.
It's like 240p.
I remember why I went there. I was trying to see if there was any new commercials. That's what I was looking for. See if there was like one that's updated over the last year. That was
I question if he's still in business.
I mean, I think Mike is bringing this guy into my life.
There's not a lot of time in this podcast where I'm like, we should really think about the stuff that we're showing. I was like, like, don't do that to the people. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we had people watching, like, you notice there's no comments right now. You notice there are no live comments right now.
Yeah, we probably had some aneurysms in the chat room. I apologize, guys. We're going to talk about a really good short film here in a minute, so we have that going for us. But
I'm just wondering, like Max was saying, if there are people who do or like you were saying, Jason, sorry, if there are people who do like a deep dive into the lore of Norton. And if I don't know, I have a feeling that sends you down some avenues you wouldn't like discovering.
No.
Not saying that there is bad stuff out there, but skeletons in closets and so forth.
And also, like ignorance is bliss and knowledge is a burden. So like don't burden yourself with this knowledge.
Yeah.
That's oh my god, that's awful. So awful.
Because now I just have questions that are making my booster headache hurt a little bit more. Like,
I am proud to report that Mark Brown is still alive.
Okay.
I just Googled his store and they are still in business. So I'm going to make this promise to the audience. If we get chosen to be press for the Cleveland Fan Expo, I will go to Norton's Furniture and live stream as I walk through the store. I'll bring Justin with me. Justin doesn't know any better.
Unless he watches this episode.
I gotta go. I have to go. Like, there's no way. If we're going, I'm gonna go.
I was going to do that to you, Max, and I appreciate it. I appreciate the solidarity.
I mean, he's clearly doing something right. So he's still in business, still living a full, healthy life, hopefully, and yeah.
Mike, was that you that brought that into our lives?
No. That was
Mike was like, hell no.
You no, I think Katie might have suggested it in the chat one time. Because she from the Cleveland area, so she might have suggested it.
Mike, the meme that you just had there was The Office when he asked him about sounds like a case of the Mondays. No. Hell no, man.
All right, everybody. If you guys check the chat, there is a link to a short film called Please Keep Door Closed that we checked out. Max, did you check it out?
I did not. I had so much life coming at me. I did not get to it. I do apologize, but I'm down to meet a cool person.
There you go.
But Mike and I did check it out, and we're going to talk about it. I'm hoping to have her on sometime this month because I know she's turning this particular one into a long-form film. Film
feature.
So, my favorite part of this short film is when she took her contact lens out, and there was that long shot of her walking to her bedroom, and it was with a blurry lens. I thought that was great. Like, I've never seen that done in a film before.
Yep. No, she's got great technique and control of the camera quite a bit. I mentioned this last week. This is Jennifer that we're talking about, who was on last week with us in the chat at least. And she's been involved in this kind of folk filmmaking movement that's going on YouTube quite a bit. And I was really impressed by just this clip, and I'm looking forward to seeing what she can do feature length, like lighting, mood, atmosphere. It's not like, booga booga, like jump scare type of horror necessarily. It's more about making you feel unsettled while sitting in the
it's the
silence.
bad kind. Oh no,
Oh, it's
no.
the kind you're not going to be able to sit with, Max.
Ah, it's the worst. It's like the lingering creepiness
Yep.
is the worst feeling.
It is only 11 minutes, and she does it so well. There was one part that I laughed just because I can relate. There's a part where she goes to, she gets in bed and she puts her arm over her boyfriend, husband, I don't know what, and he like throws her hand off of him because he's trying to sleep and he doesn't want to cuddle. Like we can all relate to that a little bit. Like none of us are that harsh, but once your significant other's asleep, sometimes you remove the arm.
Yeah, like I gotta like be half in, half out of the sheets. There's tricks you can do to mitigate the heat transfer, but it's just a fact of life. That's that's just something that happens, and again, like it's never like that. That I'm assuming I haven't watched it obviously, but if he chucks her arm off violently like that. No, that's not the case. But for sure, that arm is hot and heavy.
But I mean, it's a little bit of what you were saying there, Max and Jason, about like it's the mundane stuff, but it makes the mundane stuff really, really unnerving. Like the very opening where I think she's in the garage or the laundry room or something. And it's like just looking around for something, and it's all just like dark atmosphere. The sound, I really like her sound design on this quite a bit. Because it is very like in your ears sound quite and it again kind of like feels like it's coming off the back of your neck a little bit. I'm like
I'm starting to give me the heebie-jeebies. Stop it.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. I didn't
11
know
minutes too, Max. 11 minutes of unsettling nervousness.
Oh god. Okay. I'll probably watch it with my wife if she loves horror, so
okay.
Do that.
I recommend it. I can't wait to dive into more of her stuff.
Yeah, I will say
Are we not having her on? I thought we were having her on.
We are
eventually
like, in the near future.
Oh, okay. I thought she was coming on today.
No. We haven't been able to work that fast.
Oh, okay, awesome. Okay, well now I get to watch it then. Okay, no, that's fine. Like I thought she was coming on today. I was like, oh man, that sucks. Like I should have watched it. But
I will say the one drawback of it being a short film is that you do get the sense the idea that there's going to be a bigger idea at play with a feature length. Like it feels like there's more there's more that's going to go on, more of a story that's going to shape out of this.
But
definitely.
The most important thing I feel like you guys are talking about is that like there's a lot of technical stuff that she does, and that I think as long as you're doing that stuff well, like whatever the rest of the movie is will be good. It's that like that's what. Yeah, I mean, all right, I'm getting more excited to
warmed
watch
up for it.
Yeah, like that's the cool stuff, and it's like, that's the interesting stuff that you look for from like not Disney movie. Like I watched like Ahsoka finished, and it's like, okay, it was just kind of meh, like nothing super interesting about it, or even about the way they filmed it. But like, if you can even talk about it, it's like, oh yeah, but do you remember the one shot from with this or that? And like, that's like the technical stuff you're talking about. Like, and any story around that would be good.
Well, for the past 2 years, she and I have been involved in this contest that a really big video maker or filmmaker, I should say, on YouTube, Joel Haver, has put out there, which is you make a movie during the Oscars. So instead of watching the Oscars, you go out and you film something for like 3 or so hours, however long the Oscars are, and then you have like a week to edit it and get it just right, and then you submit it to him and he'll put them all in like a big playlist. And so she and I have done that like 2 years in a row now, and I always go for the documentary thing. I know, Max, you were in my first one, and I just go for the documentary kind of talking thing because I know that's easy and we can make fill up the time because it has to at least be like 40 plus minutes. Right. But her contributions to the last 2 years have been really interesting. I especially loved this past year. It's called Idly, and she really went all out on this one. It's only about like I think an hour long, but she does a lot of like creative stuff. Again, not just with camera, not just with sound or atmosphere, but like designs and stuff. Like she has this really cute musical segment involving like little seagull puppets, and it's like it's one of my favorite things ever. So I would recommend any of her films. So And they're definitely more. They're not like a linear narrative in the typical sense. Like it's
right.
a lot. It's a lot of more like artistic kind of. You bring your own kind of mood or interpretation to certain things, and I think that's totally cool. Like I'm all for stuff like that. Like you said, the non-Disney franchise stuff.
I will do her the great honor of allowing her to creep me the math out for the next week and a half.
There she is. Yep. I low key, Jen. I love that whole musical segment. It's one of my favorite things ever.
Yeah.
Hello. I thought I was gonna meet you today, but it didn't happen.
We will get that. We will make sure that happens, though. We're gonna get her on.
You technically are meeting her, or see.
Yeah, no, I thought we were gonna be like, with the video, like her head would be like over here, and my head would be a little bit more that way, and then like we'd be like talking to each other.
Yeah, she's been a huge supporter of us this week. She's popped on to most of our shows,
awesome.
And we've
Thank
streamed
you so
every
much.
day.
I will say, like one. Jen, I got to give you a lot of kudos. I'm sorry, I'm just singing all your praises here because you've been a great supporter of my stuff too. Throughout these past
That's how I found her.
year and a half. Is like
videos.
So I really appreciate all the support because she's always got kind words, but also nice critiques to offer as well. And I try to return in kind.
Criticism is invaluable. It is worth more than gold. If you can give good constructive criticism and you can take good constructive criticism, that's when like the good shit happens.
Yeah, William Friedkin.
I think that was pretty constructive, man.
I would take criticism though.
It was constructive and scathing and entertaining.
Yes. Oh man, that guy was good. Like I get it. He can cut me up any day. Like that, it's worth it. Like that's fine.
Guys, we've taken you guys all over the map today with our show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 3 Geeks. we have a very. This is all scripted.
Actual 3 Geeks now, not just 3 Geeks and Mike.
It's never been 3 Geeks and Mike.
3 Geeks and a Mike, like the Beastie Boys song.
Watch, Justin will pop up right about.
Yeah.
No.
Mike, you've always been the D'Artagnan to our.
Corey, man,
yeah.
Wow, how are you, buddy? I haven't talked to you in like 20 years, man. Good to see you. Thanks for jumping in.
What's up?
Hey,
you're like.
Do I know Corey? I don't know.
He went to Kilbourne.
Okay, I was like,
he went to
hi.
School with Max and I too.
Sorry, my memory is fried from the past 30 years. So
I'm sure we can all relate. But yeah, no, we've gone everywhere today. I'm trying to see what else we've promised we'd talk about.
I mean, I got some extra stuff here. There's this one video. Go ahead, Matt.
Did anyone watch Castlevania?
Not yet.
I started it. It is on par with the last series of Castlevania. This one's like Castlevania Nocturne or whatever. I think it's really good so far. I've only watched the first episode, but I'm really enjoying it. Of course, the art is awesome, but the storyline is got me hooked as well.
Now, do the Castlevania games actually have like a chronology to them that the shows are emulating, or is it just kind of like grab bag of whatever lore they want from the franchise?
I wish Scott was here because he would definitely know. I have not played any of the.
We'll do that.
Go for that.
I'm gonna. Is that this that we were sent?
No, I think this is a different one.
That's the Oscar movie one.
This is the one she's turning into a full length feature. The one we
right.
watched.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
All right. No, I'm down to watch all this stuff. She seems super cool. Fuck. What was I saying?
Castlevania.
Yeah. So it seems like Warren Ellis is gone. So I was kind of worried about that, but it's still kind of holding up.
Yeah. I heard about those at least, but yeah. Here we'll have some contention next time.
Well, all right. Well, they're getting me at the first episode. Maybe it doesn't pan out, but it still looks so good. So yeah, give that a watch. So I'm digging it so far. I'll let you guys know.
All I remember is the games and Simon Belmont from Captain N and the Game Master. That's all I have. I did watch the first series of Castlevania on Netflix, and I am kind of immediately forgot about it. I thought it was good at the time. It just, I don't know, it
Yeah.
never really resonated with me. So
It's so much TV, it's easy to get distracted unless something like really just.
you somehow find a way, sir. You find a
I
way
work
to
from home,
really.
man, and I'm talented. I can multitask like very
Yeah,
well.
he's a machine. He just like consumes media. Like
It's my only
he's
talent I have.
He's like Galactus.
That's all I got going for me.
He's the matter eater lad of pop culture and TV shows.
Oh,
Fascinating.
does one of them say "silly rabbit tricks are for kids"? Even though that's ripped off from someone else.
That would be sweet if it was just like the full dialogue from Kill Bill 1.
Yeah, just the audio straight up too.
Yeah. Oh, that would be great.
I like baseball.
It's called borrowing.
Yeah, we're blending. We're blending.
Or I guess homage. Homage is the word that's more like used.
Yes, let's go with homage.
Did you say you had more videos, Mike, to send me?
No, I didn't. I was just talking about stuff I saw on my feed, like some Scorsese stuff. The first thing was like there was a really cute video of him and his daughter, and his daughter is like asking him if he knows what these more recent like slangs are, like slaps or something like that. Huh? Whoa.
It's from.
Jason.
It's from. She's talking about Castlevania.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Kill Bill Castlevania.
Oh, a little girl watching mom die. Okay,
yeah.
but yeah, no, and like Scorsese, I think gets like 9 out of 10, right?
Yeah, it is. All right.
It was really cute. There's a weird voice filter on it though, so they both sound like Martin Scorsese. So I don't know. I would just rather hear the regular audio because I could listen to that dude talk all day long. And then apparently Spike Lee says they should have shown the effects of the atom bomb on the Japanese in Oppenheimer, which, I mean, he said he liked the movie, so.
Yeah, I mean it's I actually haven't seen Oppenheimer yet. I'm ashamed to admit it. I should have seen it, but I mean it's about the murder of so many people.
Yeah,
it's about like a war crime that the United States committed.
Here's where I'm on. Here's where I see both sides of the thing. Here is that like he likes the movie. Don't get me wrong. Like he just says like if I were to do it, probably like here's what I would have included.
Yeah.
I kind of get that, and I kind of get why he's coming from that perspective too. But also at the same time, I feel like that it's intentional why they don't show the actual bombing, the Hiroshima bombing, or any of the effect on the Japanese people, because that's the idea, is that that's a concept so far removed from Oppenheimer up until the very end when he realizes, what have I let into this world, basically. And it's represented well. I feel the idea of it is represented very effectively in the film. He gives his speech and it's trippy and like surreal and is alluding to what happens to people in nuclear fallout. So it's not like, they're not talking about it to some degree, but also like it's mainly focused on his part in bringing the atom bomb to life. And he wasn't in the planes when they dropped the bombs. He wasn't there. So he has no frame of reference for addressing that side of the story. There's a lot of great documentaries out there that follow the survivors from Hiroshima and Nagasaki that I would recommend.
I was watching. Sorry. Just
go ahead.
Real quick. I was watching this anime. Crap. What was it called?
I think I know which one you. Yeah,
it's the boxing one.
Yes. There's a scene where they dropped the bomb and right.
Yeah. It's like the aftermath.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's like 7 episodes randomly in one of the seasons where they're like it's the coach is having a memory, so it's and he's back in post-war Japan, and like it like kind of goes through like how people were living back then and like what they did when they were rebuilding, and like 2 of the characters are really fucked up from the bomb. Like
okay, it's not Barefoot Gen.
No.
Okay, that one is hard. That one is unforgiving in how it depicts the bombing. But
I just thought that was Hajime no Ippo. It's basically like the Japanese Rocky,
Okay.
But I really dug it. But like that whole like flashback, and you know, it was like so shown through the eyes of these boxers and competition boxing. But it was the first time, I don't know, that I'd seen something where it was just like, and this is what like we lived like, you know, like after that. And I was really impressed with that like few episodes. I can't even remember like what season it is. I'll have to go look it up. I can like I can tell you guys about it. But like yeah, like the thing is okay. You know, it's average sports anime is this one, but that flashback was really cool, I thought.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, you don't have to go far to find like Memoirs of a Geisha. Yeah, you don't have to go far to find like media that does chronicle and depict that aspect of the story, you know, pretty intensely. You know, there are documentaries out there, Memoirs of a Geisha, of course. There's, like you said, there's whole stuff from the culture itself. Like that culture was greatly affected by that event. Needless to say, that it seeps its way into every single facet, probably, of their media in some way, shape, or form. So I kind of get why it's not in this particular part of it, because this is not that side of the story, and it's not meant to be. Because I don't think Christopher Nolan will be the first one to say, like, I'm not the right person equipped to tell the story of the Japanese people.
Mm-hmm.
All I can do is talk about this white man who ruined things.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he essentially said too. He's getting backlash about not including that, and so he's like, "That's not my story to tell. That's, you know, somebody else's story to tell."
Mm-hmm.
But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We appreciate all the love and support. Next week, we might be on for just an hour. We might go over because we're not kicking the Petersons out. We're going to be on as long as they want to be here. We've got the Petersons joining us.
Unless that's their thing and they want us to kick them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. So they
tell us
do
who's mad and
audible,
throw us off your show.
Unless I get them hot and bothered.
They do erotic audiobooks, and every time they come on, they're always one of our most popular shows. We always have a lot of fun with them. We're going to play a version of the game we played last week with them that's going to be more adult oriented.
The Justin's the game, yes.
So does this and Justin's making it, right?
Yes.
But you said it's going to be adult oriented. So does that mean Justin's going to be pulling from some different type of media for this?
No, he's going to just search his
him and I will be working together. We will be working together to come up with. Yes, I know what I'm saying. I'm saying it that way on purpose. We're going to work together and we're going to pull something out of our, you know. They go by
search histories.
When they do their audiobooks, they go by Gunnar Quaylen and Jenna St. Clair. Jennifer, if you want to look them up prior, but tune in next week. I promise you're gonna have a blast.
They're a blast.
They're awesome. They're great people. Awesome voices for podcasting.
Very honest people too. I love them. I love them so much.
Refreshingly honest, I'd say.
Yes, and like they're just cool, and like their job is awesome, and like and hilarious, and yeah, no, they're great. I love the Petersons.
Yeah, husband and wife that do those books together, and they don't ever get like sick of each other. It's like fantastic.
But I mean, like, I feel like that's so awesome. Like they get to like
shared activity,
be all these people, and like, and it's, you know, something that's got to be fun, and you get to make money on it. So like that seems like just the perfect.
And hopefully Max shows up this time, not just his eyes.
Yeah, like that wasn't. I was there. I'm like notebook and pen guy. I was there. But that mysterious late black asshole who showed up, that guy was weird. That was a weird guy. Hopefully that doesn't ever happen again.
Well, don't give them an idea for their next audiobook.
Black asshole.
Late black asshole.
With that, guys, go to youtube.com/Mike McGTV. Follow us at 3 Geeks Podcast. We'll talk to you guys very, very soon. You guys have a wonderful